Hey, what's up guys, this is Yusuf here from TECHDROIDS and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And today is kind of a unique video or extraordinary video because we are going over a $250 gaming PC build. Now this can be something for back to school or just if you're on a really tight budget, if you want a game and you don't want to spend a lot of money and you just want to save that. This is the build for you. So this build does have a few caveats. You have to keep some things in mind, which I'm going to tell you later on in this video. So with that being said, if you're excited, drop this video a big thumbs up, get subscribed to TECHDROIDS, and all the parts mentioned in this video will be linked in the description to Amazon US, and those are affiliate links. So yeah, if you want to help the channel out and want to see some more videos like these, help me out by buying from those. And with that being said, let's quickly go over the parts. Now for the CPU, I chose the AMD A10 7870K. Now this is a Black Edition A series APU. Now what is an APU? It's a CPU and a GPU baked in to one chip. Now this is a quad core CPU and it also has 8 GPU cores, so total of 12 compute cores. It has a clock speed of 3.9 GHz and can boost up to 4.1. It is overclockable, of course, and takes 95 watts of power, or at least that's what its TDP suggests. And it works on the FM2 Plus socket type and has 4 MB of total L2 cache. And it also supports DDR3 RAM up to 2133 MHz. And it includes a Wraith cooler from AMD. And it costs only $109 on Amazon currently. Now to house that CPU, we have the MSI FM2 Plus A68HM motherboard. Now this supports again DDR3, SATA 6 GB per second, has USB 3.0 and HDMI, and comes in a micro ATX form factor. Now this is a pretty good motherboard and it's retailing for only $52 right now, so that's pretty cheap as well. And you have like 2 slots of memory which can support up to 32 GB. So you don't have a lot of slots, but yeah, 32 GB should be more than enough, and I don't think you'll be getting 32 GB in this one. And it has all the basic functionality. It's small in size, and for $52 you just can't go wrong. Now the first caveat of this build, we have gone for Patriot signature DDR3 4 GB of RAM, clocked at 1333 MHz. Now the speed does not make that much of a difference because 1333 MHz is or was kind of the standard. But if you are really looking to game and do some work on this build, I highly recommend getting 8 GB of DDR3, or maybe even more if you want to. But 8 GB has to be the minimum. I have 4 GB currently because if you just want to start out with some light games or just some light 1080p gaming, 4 GB should be enough. If you really want to play those AAA titles, the RAM might become a limiting factor, so 8 GB is what I suggest. Next up, for storage, I have 320 GB from Western Digital, so it's the Caviar Blue SE. Now it runs on 7200 RPM, SATA 3 GB per second, 3.5 inch form factor. It's a desktop hard drive, has all the functions that you need for $18.99. It's a pretty good deal. If you want more storage, you can get like a 500 GB or 1 TB hard drive for up to $50. But yeah, this is what the budget allows for. Now in terms of powering this PC, we have the APV ATX 450 watt power supply. Now this is a pretty good power supply in my opinion. It's pretty decent and it retails for only $20. It has 450 watts and enough to power this build, but if you are looking to get like high-end parts or a good GPU in the future, I recommend getting the 500 watt power supply from EVGA, and that should help this build perform a little better and just increase the longevity of the build. Power supplies don't make a difference to the performance, but by performance I mean the silence, acoustics of the PC, and how it actually just handles all the components. So if your components are fine, the performance will be great as well. So just upgrade this thing in the future. Next up, for the case, we have the Zyne Performance Micro ATX case, which has USB 3.0, and it comes in black and blue color, and it also has a blue LED fan at the front and retails for only $32. And it's pretty small in size, but it does the job and has all those essential features that a case needs to have. It looks pretty minimal and will do the job for this build. And that's pretty much it for the parts, guys. Now let me tell you how it will perform and what are the things that you need to take care of. Now in terms of performance, the inbuilt GPU is of 866 MHz. It's pretty decent. It's an R7 graphic card or an R7 GPU built into the CPU. You won't get the full desktop performance like having a dedicated GPU, but it's close and it does its job. For AAA titles up to 1080p, you can play from low to medium settings in games such as GTA 5, maybe Battlefield 1, because it has those 4 cores as well, but you really need to put down the settings a little bit. Next up, get 8 GB of RAM, as I said before, and if you want more storage, please get that as well. and a power supply in the future if you want to upgrade the GPU. And I highly recommend upgrading the GPU as well. Just put in like GT 1030 or RX 560 and you're pretty good to go. I use a RX 460 myself and it does the job. That's been it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, give this video a massive thumbs up. Get subscribed to TechDroids for more videos like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.